The other huge one at the same exact time as Penn State, Oregon. We got number 17 Alabama at number 5 Georgia, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. The storyline to know, this is a rematch of the best game in college football last season. Last season's game between Alabama and Georgia. Dalton, I feel like I levitated during that game. It was an incredible college football game. One of the best games, in my opinion, of the entire 21st century. Alabama had a 28-0 lead in the first half of that game. Georgia came storming back in the second half. They took a 34-33 lead with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the game. Alabama only needed about 10 seconds, though, of those 2 minutes, 30 seconds. The very next play, Ryan Williams scored. 17-year-old Ryan Williams scored one of the most memorable touchdowns this century with that catch and the multiple spin moves he hit on Georgia, too. Alabama ended up winning that game after picking off Carson Beck in the end zone, 41-34. So the best game, in my opinion, of all of last season, and we should have another incredible ball game this year. Undefeated Georgia coming off a huge win against Tennessee a couple weeks ago, against an Alabama team looking to put that season-opening loss to Florida State in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, I mean, you talk about such a huge game, especially for Alabama going on the road. You lose this game, and you're 2-2, and you lost to Florida State and Georgia. You start looking at Alabama like, hey, you got to run the table, and we're not even sure you're capable of it. This is the moment for Alabama to prove that they're a playoff contender. And as far as Georgia goes, look, huge road win at Tennessee a couple weeks ago, trying to continue and possibly win the SEC. Gunnar Stockton looks good so far, looked really good in the Tennessee game. I think they're still figuring it out with a very young team that they have and a lot of transfers, especially and things like that at wide receiver. But I think this game, to me, the pressure is more – it's a pressure cooker either way. It's Georgia, Alabama, right? But I think the pressure's on Alabama here.
Yeah,
I really do. I mean, because all of a sudden, if they don't win this game, and then is it next week? Next week they're playing Vanderbilt?
Yep.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I mean, you really look, you got to take Vandy seriously. They beat them last year. They look really good this year. The gauntlet is here for Alabama, and they already have the Florida State loss, which they weren't expecting coming into the year. I think the pressure's on, man. The pressure is on Kalen DeBoer and this Alabama team to win this ballgame.
Former PFF great Brad Spilger, who went to Vanderbilt, was saying this Georgia game for Alabama is a look-ahead game because they're obviously looking ahead to the Vanderbilt game.
Georgia has the track game. I mean, look, when Diego Pavia is on the horizon, I get it. I understand. I really do.
I thought it was so funny.
Has Vandy ever been the look-ahead game in front of a Georgia?
So.
It's got to be a first in college football history.
I love that. But, yeah, just going back to that game last year, though, I mean, that Ryan Williams touchdown catch, that's one of those sports plays where you call all your – like, I call my dad, I call my brother, I call my grandpa. Like, did you just see that?
That's silly.
It was one of those, like, where
game.
were you? When we were in your old apartment, I remember.
Yeah, now my old apartment. I'm out of that one.
Crazy.
Now.
Yeah, you left me. You left my building.
It is what it is. You get enough of me here. These shows get
That's true.
These shows get longer every week, as Eli tells us.
So
he hasn't told us that yet, but he's gonna.
Ryan Williams was the hero of last year's game, Dalton. Tell me more about the Alabama offense. It still features a superstar in Ryan Williams.
Well, kind of a weird theme because I know we're actually both going to talk about this a bit. Remember coming into the season when we had a lot of concerns about Georgia losing, what is it? There's six of the top 7 most experienced defensive linemen from last year.
So, yeah.
And I told you I was really concerned about how this team could find a pass rush. Well, they have no pass rush. They are 125th in the nation in pass rush grade. They are 93rd in pressure rate. They are 107th in pass rush win rate. And they are 128th in sacks. Max, they have 3 sacks this year, none of them by defensive linemen.
Wow.
All 3 of them are linebackers. They do not have a sack from their defensive linemen. They do not have a sack without blitzing this year. When they send a 4-man rush, they do not have a sack. Joey Aguilar in the Tennessee game, Georgia-Tennessee, was only pressured on 9 out of 38 dropbacks, 23%. Not good. Ty Simpson has a top 5 passing grade in the country in a clean pocket. He is a solid, accurate pocket passer, especially when he's targeting the intermediate areas of the field. If you Georgia fans haven't watched Ty Simpson yet, he's not going to chuck the deep ball like Jalen Milroe. He's going to get in that intermediate range and work through the zone coverages. Georgia right now has not shown that they can get really any pass rush at all, and especially without blitzing. If they drop 7 to focus on Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard and these receivers, I don't know where the pass rush is coming from because of their primary, contributing defensive lineman, Kristen Miller, who we know as the big run stopper, leads the group in pass rush grade with a 70. There's just nobody on this defense. So they're a good run defense, no question. I think both teams could struggle to run the ball in this game, but especially Alabama. But the pass rush, Ty Simpson, from what we've seen so far, is going to have time to operate in the pocket, and that's not what you want. I believe he has the 5th best clean pocket passing grade in the country right now. He's a pocket quarterback. He's not going to run around like Milroe did last year, but you give him time, he can be precise. Georgia's got to find some answer. They have to find pressure.
Alabama's defensive line, the same exact breakdown, because for me, it's who wins quicker, Georgia's receivers or Alabama's defensive line. So Gunnar Stockton has had a really solid start to his first season as Georgia's starting quarterback. He's a 73.1 passing grade so far. From a clean pocket, 83.2 passing grade, top 50 in the country. But when he's under pressure, Gunnar Stockton is only 104th in America with a 40.2 passing grade. Georgia's offensive line struggled keeping him clean in their close overtime win over Tennessee, only a 50.6 pass blocking grade as a team in that game. Now, on the surface level, that would appear to be a major issue against Alabama, because right now Alabama, second best pressure rate in the country at 47%. But Dalton, Alabama, 61 pass rush grade, that's the worst in the Power 4. So again, how on earth can Alabama have the worst pass rushing grade in the Power 4, but the second best pressure rate in the country? I'll tell you why right here. Because a vast majority of Alabama's pressures are more due to their secondary locking down receivers than their defensive line winning up front. Alabama has 31 pressures this year. Only 8 of those 31 pressures have come within 3 seconds. 23 of the 31 pressures Alabama's gotten this year are 3 seconds or longer. The quarterback has the ball in his hands. Those 8 pressures within 3 seconds are tied for the fewest in the Power 4 with UCLA. And we all know how bad UCLA's defensive line is right now. Stockton normally gets rid of the football at a pretty quick average time to throw of 2.63 seconds, the top 50 in the country in average time to throw. But if Alabama's secondary can force him to hold on to the football for half a second longer, that'll give Alabama's defensive line chances to get home in this game too, against a Georgia offensive line that against Tennessee showed some serious warts.
Yeah, no, I think the offensive line for Georgia, especially on the right side of it, you talk about Ernest Green, Dontrell Glover at right tackle and right guard. Those are the guys that are struggling. The blind side has been pretty good, but Tennessee showed when they were lining up off especially Josh Joseph's off the right side, Gunnar Stockton's front side, it's a serious problem right now for Georgia. I have to wonder if LT Overton can take advantage of that. But this is the one question I had with Alabama's defense. I'm with you. Look, we love their secondary. We like them in coverage. We like their run defense and the group of linebackers especially. And now supposedly they're getting Tim Keenan back, we think.
Yes.
That's a huge addition when you talk about Georgia wanting to run the football. If Tim Keenan
and Jam Miller apparently too.
And Jam Miller on the offensive side too. But for Alabama and Tim Keenan to be there in this game for a Georgia team that is going to want to run between the tackles, that's a huge addition for a guy who's yet to play this season, right? He hasn't played a snap yet this year. So Tim Keenan's a big add. But I did question beyond Overton what Alabama's pass rush depth looked like. And you're getting that exact problem right now that they're only getting pressure because of the coverage and because opposing quarterbacks are holding the ball too long. There's a chance that both of these quarterbacks in this game could feel pretty comfortable.
Absolutely. Ultimately, Dalton, in what was the best game of the year last year between Georgia and Alabama, with Alabama barely squeaking by with that victory, who will win this year in Athens between Georgia and Bama?
There's so many ways this game could go because you got 2 quarterbacks starting in this game for the first time. It's at Georgia. Both teams, I think, are pretty darn good in run defense, right? I'm gonna take Georgia. I think if it were to come to running and stopping the run, especially running the football on the offensive side, and I know Alabama's getting Jam Miller back, and who knows what he'll look like, I think I trust Georgia's run game and their ability, especially with Stockton giving him a little bit with his legs, and I think even in the passing game, some design rollouts and his ability to scramble. I do think that is going to play a bit of a factor, and I still just can't shake that sometimes, even in their wins, Alabama plays, especially on defense, just a little bit of undisciplined football, right? And I think I have a feeling Mike Bobo might have a few tricks up his sleeve just to kind of mess with the eyes of this Alabama team. There's sometimes where there's still just lapses in discipline. I think a tight game. It's going to be the usual close to the vest Georgia-Alabama game. I'm taking the Bulldogs 24-21.
Ryan Nelson, one of our most loyal viewers in the chat, says Georgia 28-27. Me and him are in lockstep.
Wow.
I have that exact score.
What, did you send him the sheet or
I
what?
must have. Ryan Nelson might have access to our Google Sheet right now.
Boy, did we get hacked? Is that what happened?
That might be.
Man,
That might be the case.
Well done. Or you're just predictable. Could be that.
Or I'm predictable too. But yeah, me and Ryan Nelson have the exact same score right now. 28-27 with the Bulldogs coming up on top. Could be another instant classic that we get between Georgia and Alabama. The Bulldogs get revenge on the Crimson Tide and squeak out a win at home. Dalton, I don't know how you and I and everyone else in America are going to be able to dart their eyes from one screen to the other with Penn State, Oregon, and Georgia, Bama at the same exact time. And Arizona, Iowa State, and not BYU yet, but Arizona, Iowa State's at 7 o'clock too.
Is that when a late game? They do
10:15.
Oh,
yeah.
They did the 10 o'clock. Oh, we're going to be up late this week.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, hey, listen. Well, we got, what is it, 5 games at 3:30? Oh, no, we're going to be about glued to the couch, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, this is going to be...
Can't blink.
You're
going to miss something if you blink.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a college football weekend for sure. Man, oh, man.
Can't wait.